Hello and welcome to D-SETI. We are going to talk about extraterrestrial and UFO associated missing time and how it is dreamlike in nature. So, missing time is one of the most important and elusive phenomena associated with UFOs or UAPs and extraterrestrials or non-human intelligence contact. Missing time typically involves sensing a UFO or ET, then experience a gap in chronological time, or else a strange or dreamlike memory. There are many hypotheses associated with missing time, and those hypotheses include the event was so traumatic you repressed it. There's aliens that control your mind. There's men in black that control your mind. That there's this whole conspiracy to establish worldviews that don't acknowledge ETs. There's all sorts of different hypotheses. And then as to why it's happening, we don't know because it's missing time, right? And then typically experiencers either spontaneously remember the contents of their missing time episode, or they work with a hypnotist to undergo hypnotic regression for memory enhancement. It's typically how it's worked with, and we need to talk about that because that's problematic. So the only universal precedent for UFO, UAP missing time is unremembered dreaming. So some people think that mind control or trauma repression is the most appropriate model for missing time. So you need to go work with a hypnotist because you've repressed it into your unconscious, and a hypnotist can open your unconscious and bring it up, or maybe create a space of relaxation where you feel confident enough to integrate those traumatic memories. Or in some cases, right, you think the hypnotist is powerful enough to change around the alien mind control suggestions, like there's some sort of battle between human and extraterrestrial hypnotism happening in the battlefield of your mind. And I'm laughing about it, but this is really what people think is happening, right? Doctors of history, such as David Jacobs or the artist Bud Hopkins, think that there's some sort of battle between alien hypnotists doing mind control and human hypnotists like themselves. I don't think an untrained artist, without an education in psychology, or an untrained hypnotist without an education or training in hypnosis or psychology really can do battle with extraterrestrials who have the capacity to control your mind through hypnosis. It's just ridiculous to think that, and that's why I'm laughing actually, because that's informed our Western culture's idea of what these things are. However, I mean, most people overlook the significance of dreams within materialist and monophasic cultures. And so this is the key point here. 90% of Earth's cultures are polyphasic, meaning they respect the phase of consciousness of dreaming, sleeping, waking, shamanic states. We in the West are monophasic. We go, only one phase of consciousness matters, and that's the waking consciousness. And therefore, we don't even have the sophistications of working with our own dreams to understand how these things are even possible. That's why it seems plausible that an untrained history professor can fight against the technological mind control apparatus of intergalactic civilizations. That's so clearly dreamlike that any other culture could recognize it, except for our culture, who doesn't understand dreams. That's why we're doing this education. So everyone who has ever had a dream and not remembered it has experienced something identical to UAP and NHI associated missing time. You've had an experience in sleep and dream time. You've experienced impossible physics. You've experienced going to other realms where you've received messages of ecological responsibility that inspire you to, that give you knowledge about this world and things like that. The only difference here is that the experiencer has an intuition that the episode of UAP-associated missing time is meaningful, and that there is some level of corroborating evidence that something extraordinary happened. They generally go, this feels real or important to me, but also feels like a dream. So This is why I say the only universal precedent for missing time is unremembered dreaming. These are exactly the same phenomenon, it seems to me, as someone who has experienced both dreams and ET contact. So the next thing we need to talk about is hypnosis and hypnotic regression. It is actually dream work and not memory enhancement. So if you look to science, science says hypnosis is almost impossible to define. It's problematic. It produces false memories. It's not reliable in terms of memory enhancement. And we have proof for that. So why do we have to, why are we using it as a source of historic proof? We don't even know if physical memories are encoded or if historic objective events even happen during the missing time experience. The only thing that science seems to be clear on regarding hypnosis is that it experiences and creates a space of suggestibility within the client. We also know that dreams are actually demonstrated to be psionic and real in ways that are kind of unimaginable. So this is why I think that hypnosis is actually dream work. Something real needs to happen. We need to work with those experiences of missing time in some way that we work with dreams, and that it provides insight, healing, integration, memory, all these different things, because that's how dreams work, and that's how dream work unfolds normally in cultures that respect dreaming. There is a sort of dream interpretation kind of experience after the fact, and that's really what it looks like hypnosis is doing. It's really important to note missing time narratives are dreamlike in nature. So missing time stories are full of fantastic beings, of space aliens who can communicate telepathically, just like in dreams, right? When's the last time you actually heard some words in your dream? Right? They move the UFO, UAP through space-time. They perform technical procedures that involve experiencers. They construct virtual reality-like environments, and they project visions with similar messages as shamanic dreams. Right? So the only difference between missing time stories and dreams is that the missing time story is associated with an intuition that the experience was real in some way. And if we understood reality to be a sort of spectrum from psychically real to physically real, and there's different multiple levels of reality, this isn't a problem. It's only when we go, waking consciousness is real, and therefore how is it possible this dreamlike experience is real too? So materialist and monophasic cultures do not honor the psychical reality of dreams. Therefore, most experiencers in the West must face the dilemma to admit that their experience is real and not a dream, or is unreal and a dream. So on one hand, it is a real experience and not a dream, or an unreal experience and a dream. And I'm here to say, actually, it can be both. We don't actually need to reduce it to historic and objective dimensions of meaning, and it can just be real and a dream. So what is D-SETI? D-SETI stands for either the Dream Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence or the Dream Studies of Extraterrestrial Intelligence, depending on your perspectives. ET contact is dreamlike in nature. Therefore, D-SETI honors the reality of dreams by respecting you, the dreamer, as the final authority regarding the significance of your dream, including ontological. This is what we were just talking about. Is it real or a dream or both? You get to decide. D-SETI offers DreamWork sessions and educations through the work of me, Daniel Rekshan. I hold a master's in East-West psychology, a certificate in hypnotherapy, in-depth hypnosis, a Beyond Quantum Healing certification, and I'm a PhD student in the Integral Noetic Science program at the California Institute for Human Science. It is important to note that both ET contact and DreamWork are triggering, taboo, and projection prone. So please be mindful as you continue your journey. You can schedule time with me, learn more, take e-courses at dseti.org.